Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you. In this session, we can discuss about the equalization levy quickly. So, I'm expecting one MCQ, that means 2 marks MCQ, or we can get an 4-mark question also from this equalization levy concept. Just concentrate within half an hour. We can discuss this entire chapter. Before going to this session, sorry, just I want to tell you, we have 2 sections related to equalization levy. So, equalization levy on specified services and whatever that equalization levy, like in the form of TDS only, generally it is like a TDS. So, after that, how to make this payment of tax to the government? This is 166. These two are combined provision. So, they are saying equalization levy, how to pay this equalization levy. Now, second section also there. 166 second type, equalization levy on e-commerce supply of goods, services or both. And so 166 equalization levy, how we are going to make the payment. These are all the things are discussed in 166A. But with effect from this date, yes, this 166 equalization levy deleted. Yes, but remember, we have to know about this also, because ICMI material still continuing this concept in our study material. Just a quick revision I will do. Within 2 or 3 minutes we can complete this, but main all books we have in this section related equalization levy only, but we need to remember this also. Yes, within 5 minutes we can remember. In the last 5 minutes I will tell you these things. Okay, remember, we have one only equalization levy on specified services, second one equalization levy on e-commerce supply of goods, services both, but it is removed. But ICMA material continued this concept in their resources. That's why we can discuss about this also. Directly we can start 165 equalization levy on specified services. What do you mean by the specified services, sir? I will tell you. Yes. Specified services means online advertisement or any provision of digital advertisement. Simply remember online advertising. Okay. Remember, Mr. X, he's a resident in India and he's doing the business or profession, or non-resident having permanent establishment, nothing but he is also doing the business or profession only. With respect to his business or profession, he taken the advertising services from the non-resident, example Facebook, non-resident who is not having any permanent establishment in India. That means this non-resident not having any connection with India. Now, can you tell me from India? Yes, from India, this non-resident receiving an income. What is that income? Example, in this example, we paid 2 lakh. That means who is in payer? Who is in payer here? Resident having the business or profession, non-resident having the permanent establishment is making the payment with respect to the specified services. So he is a service recipient, he is a service provider, nothing but payee is nothing but non-resident not having any permanent establishment. So threshold limit in this section, clearly they are saying 1 lakh. So you paid 2 lakhs, exceeded the threshold limit. That's why while you are making payment of gross consideration, deduct the equalization levy. Similarly, it is like TDS only, deduct and pay to the government. So how to make the payment to the government? I think 165 is equalization levy provision. 160, yes, 6, how to make the payment to the government. The net amount only we have to deliver to that whom non-resident not having the payee, not having the payee, that person is service provider. So can you tell me what is the equalization levy percentage? 6%. Remember. Yes, threshold limit 1 lakh. And you have to remember, in connection of business or profession only, we need to receive the specified services. And here, resident business having the business or profession, non-resident having the permanent establishment, but service provider or who are receiving the money from these persons, that person is a non-resident and not having any permanent establishment. If you having permanent establishment, directly that is taxed in India. So not having any permanent establishment, it is an escaped from the tax. That's why we are deducting the equalization levy. That means we are deducting the tax. Now, equalization levy under section 165, yes, not chargeable to tax. That means 165 provision is not applicable in these three cases. Second case, you know already easily. So that means amount of payment is does not exceed 1 lakh. Next one, payee, that means in our example Facebook having the permanent establishment in India, from this permanent establishment only they are provided the service, directly it is taxable, no need to deduct the equalization levy. Next, so payer or service recipient, nothing but whom, Mr. X. Suppose if they are consumed the specified services for personal purpose, equalization levy concept is not applicable. Any purpose other than business or profession, nothing but if that is received for the personal purpose. In MCQs also I explained this concept. Yes, if they are consumed these specified services for personal purpose, equalization levy concept will not applicable. Next, sir, you know what is that equalization levy on specified services. Now we can discuss about how to make this payment of an equalization levy. In our example we deducted the 12,000 rupees. How we are going to make the payment? Example, yes, once again I am giving the provision overview. Who is responsible for deduction of equalization levy? Yes, simply payer. Payer in our case, resident having the business or profession, non-resident having the permanent establishment. Hereafter we can call this person as an SSE. Next, rate of equalization levy 6%. Remember, while you are deducting the equalization levy, okay, whatever that amount of consideration we are making as a payment, that should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. So ignore the paisas and the rupees should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. Here, example, we make the payment of 2 lakh. That is an already in the rounding off only. This amount always should be rounded off to nearest multiples of 10. Threshold limit, you know already 1 lakh. So remember, what is a time period for remittance? So suppose, yes, on 12th we are deducted that equalization levy in the month of August. Next month on or before 7th we have to make the payment. So next month 7th on or before. This is only the 7th of next month. Yes, that is a calendar month. Sir, what happened if I am not deducting the equalization levy? No problem, from your own pocket you have to pay. Yes, sir, unfortunately I am not deducted the equalization levy while making the payment to such a non-resident not having the PA. So now you have to make this payment to the government from your own pocket on or before next month 7th. Next month, so 167 important statement like return of income only, remember. Sir, every SSE means nothing but who deducted the equalization levy. In our example, payer, or we can call it as service recipient. Now, we have to submit the one statement to the income tax authority, nothing but AO. Yes, what is this? Sir, whatever the specified services we received and whatever that equalization levy we deducted, these are all the things we need to submit in the form number 1 to that income tax authorities. Up to which date? On or before 30th June of next financial year. Yes, remember, suppose previous year 24-25 related statement we have to furnish, that is 30th 6th 2025. Up to this date we have to file the form number 1 to that income tax authority. Sir, how to verify this yes statement? Digital signature or electronic verification code, it is like written only. So if any person responsible for deducting the equalization levy, definitely, so throughout the year whatever that the payments made by the person to that another person related to specified services, and these are all the things we have to submit in one statement to that income tax authority. Sir, shall we file the revised statement? Yes. If you are not furnished the statement or already furnished in that, if any mistakes are there, yes, in these two cases we can file the revised statement. Sir, what is the time limit for filing of revised statement, sir? Yes, remember, at any time before 2 years from the end of the financial year, the specified service was provided. Remember, specified services provided in the 24-25 from the end of the financial year within 2 years, at any time we can file the revised statement. Sir, remember here, revised statement can be filed by the two persons who are not at all filed the statement, or already filed. If any mistake is there also, they can file the revised statement. General statement, first statement time limit they are given the next financial year 30th June. If you not filed within the time, or if you found any mistakes in this, yes, you can file the revised statement within what time? So in which year services provided from the end of the year to from the end of the financial year within how many years? 2 years. Next, sir, suppose you are not at all furnished, you are not at all furnished the statement. Now AO will send the notice to the SSE. Yes, sir, you are not at all furnished the statement under section 167, sir. Revised statements also you are not furnished. That's why please furnish the statement. So within 30 days of such notice, definitely SSE needs to furnish the statement. So in assessment procedures, similar, if you not file the return of income, they will send the notice for filing of return of income. Here also same concept. Next, whatever that statement you furnished under section 167, now that needs to be processed. Processed means assessment only. So the similarly, this is in 143 subsection 1, processing, intimation and summary assessment. The same points we have. Summary assessment, processing, intimation, as well as what summary assessment. Whatever the points we know already, that points only here is there. Yes, normally. But finally, after the completion of this processing, we have to send the intimation within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which the statement or revised statement was filed. So under 167, you can file the statement or revise the statement. So after filing of the statement or revised statement from the end of the financial year, within 1 year, the assessing officer should send the intimation. This is only the point. AO should send the intimation along with the demand notice. What is the form number demand notice 2? Form number 1 is required for what? Yes, statement. Furnishment of statement needs to be filed in form number 1. And next, yes, demand notice they can give in that form number 2. Next, already they given an yes 168 intimation. Section 168 intimation. Remember, 167 is statement, or you can file the revised statement. So that should be processed and they need to send the intimation under section 168. So whatever the thing is there, that intimation, yes, if any mistake was there, that can be rectified. Remember, on their own motion, AO, or if an SSE applied for the rectification, sir, mistake is there in this intimation, sir. No problem. Within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which sought to amended was issued. That means order issued from the end of the financial year within 1 year, we have to submit the rectification. We have to issue the rectification of mistake. Now, sir, if you are not paid properly equalization levy, yes, interest can be collected on equalization levy amount. Rate of interest 1% per month, part of the month. From this date to this date, yes, government will collect the interest. So if you paid, so in this month equalization levy I deducted, sir, on or before next month 7 you have to pay. If you not paid, then they will collect the interest under section 170. Next, penalty penalty for failure to deduct or pay the equalization levy. Sir, if you are not deducted or deducted but not paid, then you have to pay the penalty. Remember, interest we have to pay if you are delayed payment. Penalty also applied, remember. Sir, failure to deduct. Example, in our example, yes ma, 2 lakhs on that 6%, 12,000 we have to deduct, but we are not deducted. So that's why after providing reasonable opportunity of being heard, we can levy the penalty of how much more, 12,000, but from own pocket you have to pay, but along with that penalty will be 12,000. 12,000 means in our example 12,000. That means what ma? Whatever that amount of equalization levy is there, that is an entire amount they can collect it as a penalty under section 171. Sir, after deducting, you are not paid to that government on or before next month 7. So, every day 1,000 rupees till the default continues. Sir, you are not at all deducted. Amount equal to equalization levy. Deducted but not paid. Every day 1,000 rupees. Next. Sir, if you are failure to furnish the statement, can you tell me under which section we have to furnish the statement? 167. Yes, normal statement or revised statement, you are not at all furnished ma. So now for this 100 per day, each day defaults continues. Remember, so they are given the time limit 30th 6th of the next financial year. If you are not filed within the time, every day 100 rupees. Remember, sir, if note is given within 30 days of service of notice, you have to file the statement. But if you not filed within 30 days, after 31st day, every day 100 rupees. Circumstances where penalty cannot be imposed under section 171 and 172. 171, I think you know. Yes, what is that 171 ma? Yes, if you are not deducted and paid equalization levy, that is penalty. 172, if you are not furnished the statement, penalty. These two things will not applicable. Yes, if SSC yes proves all the things yes in front of AO, sir, there is a reasonable cause, sir, why I am not deducted, why I am not paying, and why I am not furnishing the statement to the department. These are all the things, there is a reason, that's why no need to pay anything. So without a reasonable opportunity of being heard, remember in this chapter all the penalties can be imposed after providing the reasonable opportunity of being heard to the SSC only. Next, 174, 175 appeals. Example, if any order imposing the penalty, SSC is not agreed with that, yes, he can make an appeal with the first appellate authority, Commissioner of Income Tax, within 30 days. Form number 3, form number 1 over. What is that form number 1 ma? So statement. Form number 2, yes, form number 2, demand notice. Now form number 3, appeals. So next, if you are not satisfied with the CIT order also, in form number 4, you can submit within 60 days with the what ma? ITAT. Next, fees 1,000 rupees in all cases. This is an important for an MCQ. Yes, if you are submitted the false statement, a term extended to 3 years along with the fine you have to pay. So quickly, I will revise the entire chapter within 30 minutes. This chapter can be over. No need to revise again. Directly you can jump to that exam. Yes, remember quickly I will revise the chapter again. 165 and 166. 165 clearly about the equalization levy on specified services. Then 166 how to make the payment of equalization levy. Remember, here services means specified services means online advertisement services who are receiving ma payer and service recipient, resident having the business or profession, non-resident having the permanent establishment. They are receiving the some services. With respect to that, they are making the payment to the one person, payee or service provider. So he is a non-resident not having the PE. So that's why what is the equalization levy percentage ma 6% and the threshold limit is 1 lakh. So in these cases, equalization levy is not applicable. What are the cases? What are the cases? Non-resident having the permanent establishment. So if you having the permanent establishment, that is directly taxed in India. That's why no need to apply the equalization levy. And threshold limit, yes, if the payment does not exceed the 1 lakh, not required. And if they are consuming any services for the personal purpose, equalization levy not applicable. Now, so I think these are all the points you know very well. But remember, so what is the time limit for making of equalization levy payment to the government ma? So next month 7th on or before. So if you are not deducted, what you need to do, ma? From your own pocket you have to pay. Next, what is that? Statement. Statement we have to file next year 30th 6th. 30th 6th in form number 1. All the specified services we consumed, what is the equalization levy we deducted, all the things we have to submit in form number 1 to the TAO. So along with the digital signature, electronic verification code. If you are not submitted within this time or already submitted, if any mistake is there, yes, you can file the revised statement. Revise statement time limit. Services taken year ending within 2 years, you can file the revised statement. Next, time limit for YESMA statement in response to the notice. Already if AO received the notice, within 30 days you have to file the statement. So whatever the statement you file, original, revised in response to the DAO, that can be processed. So 167 statement can be processed under section 168. Similarly, it is in 143 subsection 1 points only. Next, can you tell me, after completion of the processing, we have to send the intimation within 1 year. Yes, can you tell me within how many years, ma? Within 1 year from the end of the financial year in which the service statement was furnished. Normal statement, revised statement, whatever it may be, furnished from the end of the financial year within 1 year, they have to give the yes intimation along with the demand notice in form number 2. So, can you tell me if any if any intimation given in that mistakes was found, so own application, that means own motion or SC application, that can be rectified. Here also the same, order passed, order or intimation passed from the end of the financial year within 1 year, we can do the rectification. And we have to calculate that interest also and delayed payment and penalty also after providing the reasonable opportunity of being heard. If you are not deducted, amount equal to equalization levy. After deducting, if you are not paid, 1000 per day, every day defaults continues. And penalty for failure to furnish the statement. Normally, if you are not furnished within this time or after 30 days, yes, you have to pay that every day 100. Remember, statement related 100 ma. After deducting, if you are not paid, 1000 rupees. So in these cases, if you cooperated all the things, if you are proved in front of the DAO, no need to apply the penalties. No need to apply the penalties of 171, 172. So penalty related orders can be applicable before the CIT and the ITIT. But what is that form number? 3 in front of CIT. What is that form number in front of ITIT? 4, 60 days and here 30 days. So if you are submitted the false statement, then we have to go with the prosecution, that is an imprisonment extended to 3 years along with the fine. Next, I want to say equalization levy on e-commerce supply of services. Simple supply of services, yes ma, or goods or both. So this is only now we are concentrating, remember ma, on their okay, definitely e-commerce supplier, e-commerce operator we can take. Okay, any e-commerce operator we can take. Whatever that consideration they receive, on that consideration we have to apply 2% as an equalization levy. So in this section, and we have to deduct and we need to pay. So if you apply that, we have to deduct and we have to pay to the government. But in this section, no need. E-commerce operator directly on their consideration. So on their consideration, definitely they are required to pay the 2%. But one point is there, ma, if this section is applicable, if the e-commerce operator, yes, their turnover is more than what, ma, 2 crores during the previous year. Normally, here less than 2 crores, that's why equalization levy is not applicable. Just remember this point for safe side. Many students are thinking always these two. But I don't know, our study material still continued this provision. That's why maybe they can test. Can you tell me equalization levy of e-commerce supply of services, goods or both means, can you tell me what is the percentage ma? On consideration 2% they are required to pay directly to the government. But what is the time limit? Time limit also I will tell you. Here quarterly. 30th June, 30th September, 31st December, 31st March. So nothing but next month on or before 7th. Quarter ending next month on or before what ma? 7th. Are you clear up to now? Sir, in this monthly we have to make the payment. Here, how to make the payment ma? Quarterly next month 7th. So this is only the differentiation regarding the equalization levy. So hardly 25 minutes recording session. Definitely just with the revision, definitely you can write MCQs as well as if they are asking any question also, but try to remember. So many students are writing, if they are given that question, many students are writing penalty things. Here the penalty for failure to deduct, failure to pay. Deducting, okay, amount equal to equalization levy. It, after deduction, if you are not paid, that is a serious. That's why 1,000 for every day. Next, furnishing the statement, 100 only for every day. Students are writing these two things vice versa. Please think properly. Yes, that's end with the equalization levy. Thank you.